Bee populations across the United States have decreased by 50% in the past year. Bee colonies in the Mid-Ohio Valley have taken a big hit following last year's drought and the harsh temperatures from this past winter. According to Parkersburg beekeeper Bob Spencer, West Virginia's total bee population decreased by 35 to 40%. Spencer, who co-owns Bearsville Bees, says it's important to protect bee colonies.
So the environmental impact of, again, the chemical, the pesticides, those kind of things, it's the only bees are the only insect that make a food product for us, and they're responsible for pollinating a huge amount of our crops.
For more information about why bees are so important, you can head over to WTAP.com.